Hey everyone, it's Melanie here. Welcome to my channel. I do Christian booktube, little bits and pieces of my life thrown in there. Yeah, so I'm glad that you're here and I'm glad that you're joining me today. I'm going to be chatting about my TBR list for June. I haven't done one in a little while just because I'm such a mood reader and I do have a TBR that I give myself, but I usually don't like sharing it because sometimes I don't get to it. I think that's an overall thing that happens to a lot of us, but for me especially, it's a little slow reading. If I have a lot of audiobooks though, I usually get to them and that becomes the majority of my reading. And I love reading physical books, but I've been really busy. We're trying to sell a house and the end of the school year is happening, and for some reason there's a lot of issues happening with my kids in school recently. It all just kind of happens at the end of the year. It's like I don't know why, but it just does, and it's, yeah. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on my reading and or not my reading, but my TBR for June. This is a little late. I mean, we're talking over almost middle of June right now. And so I'm a little off on the timing, but I'm already into some of the books, so I'm gonna actually chat about them real quickly right now. I like my Versace glasses better than these. These are Juicy Couture and I like them, but I'm realizing that I need more rounded looks or more like a rounded cat eye for my face type, whereas this one is okay. It's alright depending on how I have my hair. Like if I have my hair down, it's not as bad, but anyways. Glasses. So I did tell you guys in my last video, if you haven't checked that out, it's Days in the Life of May. I just kind of vlogged a little bit here and there for all of May and gave you guys like reading updates here and there. It was kind of a fun, different video for me. I talked a little bit about the book that we're reading for our book club, and that is Beyond the Tides by Liz Johnson, as well as one of her other books. Liz Johnson's book, Beyond the Tides, is our book pick, so that is on my TBR for June. I'm currently 50%, it's 49%, but in 2 seconds it'll be 50%. So I'm really liking it so far, so I can't wait to chat with the girls about it. And yeah, I don't want to say too much because, yeah. But if you want to join, so this is why I'm kind of putting this out there. If you want to join in these, I'm gonna try to do my best to at least let you guys know what the books we're doing for the book club, so that you guys can be a part of it and kind of chat about what you thought about the books, and we can maybe talk about it. I'm not sure, but let me know what you guys want. I wouldn't mind starting to do a couple lives, and maybe this is a way to do that. I don't know. I do want to do a live Q&A, so let's just put a little plug in right now. If you have any questions for me and you want to ask me for a live Q&A, please put it down below. I don't have Instagram or anything like that. I do have Twitter, so if you have questions, you can tweet me. But for the most part, throw them down in the comments below here so that I can ask them, but you can always just join live and ask me live. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that one yet, so we'll see, but I do want to do it. It is definitely on my TBR for booktube. To be done? TBD? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm doing a buddy read with, it started to be a buddy read, I also mentioned this in my last video, with Lindsay for this book, The Deadly Devotion by Sandra Orkin. I am really looking forward to reading this book as well, and we were chatting about it on the group, and so we ended up just deciding that we're going to also include this for June as a buddy read with all of us, not just Lindsay, but with everybody. That's kind of cool. I'm going to touch base with Lindsay as well because we did start it out as our buddy read. So that'll be fun, but it is a Port Astor's Secrets series, and I am looking forward to this. The really cool thing about both these books, the Liz Johnson Beyond the Tides and this one, is by the time we discuss this book, it's going to be near the 1st of July, which is our Canada Day celebration. Liz Johnson's book is set in Eastern Canada, and this book is a Canadian author. So I find these two really cool for my TBR for June because by the time we end up discussing these, it'll be the time for us to celebrate being Canadian and celebrating our country for over 150 years now. Coincides with the American celebrations because they're on July 4th. And I think we're gonna end up discussing it on July 2nd. It's right before their celebration, but just after ours, so it's kind of in between. So it's like celebrating an American author that is featuring Canadians and a Canadian author. I think it's really cool how it's kind of meeting in between for the both things. I don't know. I'm just kind of nerdy that way, and I do appreciate that. The other books that I'm currently in is I want to finish the Liz Johnson A Dazzle of Diamonds by Liz Johnson. I'm 30% in. It got returned to my library and I finally got it back. I have 18 days so far right now with it, so I'm really happy with that. I also have a nonfiction book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. This has been on my TBR for a really long time. I finally got it in. I have 18 days with that as well. The other book that I have on my audiobook TBR is Crown Coral Pearl by Mara Rutherford. I don't know anything about this book. It's a young adult fiction fantasy. For generations, the princes have married the most beautiful maidens from the ocean village of Verania. But though every girl longs to be chosen as the next princess, the cost of becoming royalty is higher than any of them could ever imagine. But when a childhood accident left her with a permanent scar, it became clear that her identical twin sister, Zadie, would likely be chosen to marry the crown prince, while Noor remained behind, unable to ever set foot on land. It sounds really good. I have no idea how clean it is, but I do want to try it out. Those are all the books that I have currently on my TBR for the month of June. I'm going to look at getting into more sort of romancy books come summer. And a couple other really cool buddy reads that I'm looking at doing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to what the summer holds. But June, beginning of summer, these are the books I have on my TBR. And I'm not gonna probably finish the Agatha Christie book or the Laura Childs book right now. I just kind of stopped reading those because they just are kind of pulling me down and dragging me down. I'm not finding any enjoyment out of them. So I'm gonna stop them now. And hopefully I can pick it up again. And sometimes that happens. So I'm just gonna go with the flow right now. I'm gonna go with what I'm reading. And again, like I said, it's mood reading. So that might change. Like everything might change. I hope you have an amazing day and I hope that you have great reading. Let me know what you're reading below. And again, don't forget to tell me what you would like me to say or questions that you would like me to answer in my live Q&A that will be coming up. I don't know what day yet, so I have to set that. I want to make it on a day that's available for a lot of people and where I'm not going to be interrupted before school ends and they're all out all the time. If you want to watch my last video where I talk all things May book reading, then check out my Days in the Life of May. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Our book pick. I don't know how to explain that very well, but I think I did it justice. Okay, I don't know which one to start with first. Let me get my phone out. My glasses. But sometimes I get really dry mouth and I get really nervous and then all of a sudden it's like everything sucks out of my mouth. I don't know where it goes, but then I get super dry mouth, and yeah. I'm going to Libby. That is definitely it kind of sucks a little bit. It's kind of, yeah, but that's it for me. I hope I did okay on my reading, because yeah, I'm dyslexic and that can be troublesome sometimes. The May day in the life of, so we'll see. All right, I'm gonna start taking some pictures for the thumbnail. Yes. That was totally bad.